Alright, hello again everyone. Forgive the whole setup here. I'm actually filming this in a different room, and this is just kind of a makeshift thing that I did. Um, but yeah, I just wanted to make a quick follow-up to that top 10 diecast video that I did the other day. Um, so first of all, not owning any CoT era cars should have an asterisk next to it, because I do own a bunch in the 187th scale because it's HO scale, and one thing that I always wanted to do with the HO scale trains that I have is put like a little mini racetrack on there. So back in, I think, 2008, I bought a bunch of those, but now I actually own a CoT era 124th scale car. And it's one of only two that I would ever buy if I was going to add CoT eras to my 124 scale collection. And well, I'll just show you. It is Ryan Newman's 2008 Daytona 500 win. This is the regular, I guess you'd call it the ARC. Yeah, it's still got the Action branding on there. I wasn't sure because for a while they had Motorsports Authentic on there. And even with that, I'm not sure if they still considered those like ARCs or what. But yeah, there was a decent amount of time where I wasn't really collecting diecasts, and part of it's because this car design. But anyway, yeah. So one little nitpick that I have, which isn't really that bad, it's just a nitpick, is that they took some creative liberties and put the Daytona 500 logo on there. But I mean, I guess it's kind of cool, just to commemorate it. But I do wish that they'd keep the race versions to just like race versions. Like, one thing that I've never really cared for is like when they added the confetti on them. But I mean, hey, it's how the car was in Victory Lane, so just a nitpick. It's not really showing up on camera, but there is, well, you can kind of see it there, like the dirt in the number 12. There's actually more race detail on this than I actually ever thought there was. I mean, like there you got like I guess like the burnout marks and all that stuff. And as I showed earlier, but I'll show it again just to point it out, I mean, he's got some scuffs from like bump drafting and all that, I guess. So yeah, that's the car, and I'll just show off the as I kick my camera, and then the box, which, by the way, they got to start doing these kind of boxes again. It's kind of boring just to get the plain like boxes like what they do now. But anyway, that's besides the point. So story time real quick. I've always had a soft spot for Ryan Newman, and that contributed to being the reason why I always wanted this car. In 2002, I was at the New Hampshire race. It was rain shortened, but it was his first career win. I was there with my brother-in-law and my nephew, and it's one of my most vivid racing memories is being there as it started to rain, watching them like throw the caution, just watching the cars go around. I mean, at the time, like man, now that I'm thinking of it, it's almost been 20 years. But I was 12 years old. My nephew is... So I'm the youngest of four. My sister, my nephew's mother, is the second oldest out of all of us. So my nephew is 5... I believe he's 5 years younger than I am. So, I mean, of course, there was disappointment from both of us. You know, our drivers weren't able to go for the win at the end. But, I mean, looking back, it's one of my most vivid racing memories. just the way that race ended, and seeing Ryan Newman. I believe he had the Mobile 1 paint scheme that day too. And just seeing him win. My brother-in-law, of course, he knew what it meant right away, so he was pretty excited about that. I think his driver was Tony Stewart, so he was pretty excited. I believe Tony finished either second or third. But yeah, so that's story time for why this car meant something to me, why Ryan Newman's always had a soft spot in my heart. So yeah, just, I guess this is a story time / eat my words video, because now I own a CoT or a 124 scale car, and I might get on it, just bite the bullet and buy the second one, which I think it's kind of obvious it would be Dale Jr.'s 2008 Michigan win, because I'm a Junior fan. But yeah, so just a quick follow-up video. Hope you all enjoyed it and enjoyed listening to my ramble and story time and hearing me eat my words and ramble even more right now. Anyway, have a good night, day, afternoon, whatever it is for you. And I will catch you all in the next one.